Hello guys, and welcome to the episode 20 world tour for Confined 268's Minecraft Adventures. And today, well, it's a world tour. Yeah, I'm gonna start separating these from an actual episode. Just feels like it makes sense. So, first things first, all my items are going to be in a chest near or at or near world spawn. It's going to be near the spawn village. I'm going to show the area off after the episode. It's gonna be the shulker box in the chest, as well as all my items that I have. And it's gonna have the compasses to help people get around the world. So there's one for home base, there's one for the home portal in the Nether. There's one for the stronghold portal in the Nether, and then there's one for spawn in case anyone wants to go back over there. Because there is a spawn village. I've not done anything with it other than take 2 villagers to make my own village. Anywho, let's kick this off with my house. I built this on, I want to say episode 1 or 2. This is not permanent. I also did this off camera, so this is first time showing it, as I wanted beeswax for something that I want to do. So, went ahead and built it off camera. It's not really that interesting of a thing. We all know how bees work. But yeah, this is my house from, I built on episode 1. I've slowly improved it over time. Like, it was just a few episodes ago I put this roof on. Nothing special in here, really. Going down, we have the storage room. This was built on episode 14. Which, because the file corrupted, is not on YouTube, so apologies for that. It's a build of, this is smooth stone. I'm pretty sure it's just, no, it's slabs. Smooth stone slabs, bricks, and cut copper slabs for the roof. I think it looks pretty good. I think this will look pretty nice when it fully ages. Oh, and pumpkins or jack-o'-lanterns for light. Probably one of my builds I think I did a bit better on. Out of all of them, I'm going to go this way, then go that way. Sheep farm. Enough said. Really. Cow farm. That's going to be moving somewhere. I don't know where. I'm just tired of when I walk to the village hearing the cacophony of mooing. Wheat field. I don't know. I've just been harvesting wheat every time it needs harvested. I don't really need wheat for much, aside from breeding cows and occasionally making mud bricks. Very occasionally, at that. This. I did do some work to this off camera. I moved that back against the window, and I added some barrels for storage, because I'd like to be able to also store enchanted books here, as well as backups of my armor and tools. I figured this would be a good place for that. So, I've kind of done a little bit of work on it. Made it a bit better. Initially, the enchanting table was next to my house where the nether wart is now. I'm going to build the structure for that probably within the next episode or 2. I know what I want to do for it. I want to build a slightly larger witch's hut. I've just not quite figured out where I want to put it yet, because I do kind of want to make it a small swamp themed area. Don't really have a good spot for that quite yet, so that one's on hold for now. Now this. This serves two purposes, one of them being a spot where if this farm were a bit bigger, it'd make a bit more sense. But it serves as a spot to AFK for my farm, and also is the entrance to my branch mine. Which, I'm just going to go down here and show what I've done. It's not much. Actually, I haven't done anything to make it look better. But I have done a fair bit more mining again. I mined 3 stacks of diamonds. But yeah, I'm starting to think about the need to install some sort of transportation to get from here to down there. Because that's quite a walk. I guess I could start going that way too. That's one of the reasons this pillar is here, so I could put a minecart down the middle. This is just storage for spare stuff. Oh yeah, I need to do something with calcite at some point. Yeah, it's the branch mine. There's also, not sure if this is one of them. One of these little offshoots leads to a cave. The most obvious one is this one. I'm gonna have to explore this at some point. I completely forgot this was here. And then there's this one, which isn't... I'm pretty sure this is all that's here. Is what you see? Yeah. And then this is a water cave, which no one really wants to bother with. Button. Oh yeah, and then the turtle that's been stuck there for... about the last 150 days. He's been there a hot minute. Okay. I'm gonna go this way and then wrap around to the nether portal. But this, yeah, I'm gonna pause. I'll meet you guys up there. No one wants to see this. Alright. This is, well, you can tell it's a mob farm. And it does excellent at bringing in gunpowder. As well as rotten flesh, bones, arrows, and then just miscellaneous junk. As well as XP. I've been using it for XP, but there's better ways to go about that, like villager trading. It's probably the number one way I recommend for XP. There's also a skeleton spawner somewhere in that area in a cave that would be better than that, just purely for XP. But I still go with this because this has the added benefit of supplying me with tons of gunpowder, which you need for rockets, but also helps with ancient debris mining if you wanted to use TNT. Oh wow. You guys are busy. But yeah, I actually created this because I wanted candles for the enchanting table. Oh yeah, let's not blow past this. This is the auto smelter slash lava farm. So I have one just standard double auto smelter. This gets things done pretty fast. Double the speed of this type of setup anyway. Which I've changed this since I built it on camera. This was originally set up the same way as this one. But it's nice to be able to just divide half the power for smaller batches of items. Kind of a nice little benefit. Same thing with this. This is twice as fast with ore as a furnace is. So it makes sense to just kind of have it as 2 units as to 1 unit like that. I'd also like to build another floor where I can have just a few more of the single units up there. Because having one is not great, especially if you needed a project that requires a lot of glass. It takes the wait time out of it. And this is the lava farm, is what I'm going to call it. It's really just an infinite lava source, since I have game rule do lava source conversion on. This makes lava infinite. Now, what I could do is I could turn this into a proper lava farm. I may build one at some point, but that would require a dripstone. I have no idea where a dripstone cave is currently. Yeah, my auto smelting hole. I guess onto the village. I'm not gonna focus too heavily on stuff that I built previously. Oh yeah, the villager breeder, I put a proper roof on it. I feel like that needs to be mentioned. Also, oh no, one's escaped. Do I have a boat? Where'd you go? No, you don't get to be an armor smith. Silly villagers. Though, I might actually make an armor smith at some point. Hang on. Alright, I thought I heard someone knock at the door, but I didn't. Anyway, villager breeder. The only change I made was I got rid of the back door. Which, if you come out back here, there is just a carrot farm, which I use these to... Basically, it is a dedicated source of food to breed more villagers. Before, I had it set up to where they could come out here and there was a composter in the fence where the villagers could just do this automatically. But I switched that around because half the villagers were just hanging out back in the farm, which makes it difficult to minecart them. So I made that small change, and I just have to remember to occasionally give them food when they start running out in there. Next is the farm, the potato farmer house. This has always been pretty much the same. I gave it a proper roof right at the get-go because I had enough spruce to do it at the time. Yeah, it's just a house with a ton of farmers in it that all buy potatoes. And I believe they all sell golden carrots, so I could switch to that if I wanted to, but I like having a stockpile of emeralds, as it helps later with going and building a beacon. This has pretty much always been the same since I built it. Or, not pretty much, it has always been the same. This contains my Protection 4 villager, which sells Protection 4 for 15 emeralds. That's about the best trade I think you could get for that. And then one that sells Mending for 18 emeralds. I'm just going to go ahead and buy a bunch of these Mending books sometime. Ooh, he sells thorns. Oh, man. I wish I'd known that, because I went through off camera and made a bunch of villagers so I could have perfect boots. And Thorns 3 is one of the enchantments. It's on a villager up there. Next is this house, which I was thinking about moving the roof up by 1 block, but I think I'll just leave it as is. And here we have a cleric, two clerics actually, which trade for ender pearls, which is how I went to the end. This here seems to be a decent trade if you have the infrastructure for it. Also a good way to get glowstone, which I was thinking about using as a way to get glowstone instead of having to go to the nether with the silk touch pick and get it that way. I don't know. Okay, next is the room of cramped villagers, which has pretty much all the armor enchantments that make good armor. And sword enchantments. The only difficult part of this is it's tricky to get which villager sells what. I'd like to name tag these guys so I could just look and find the villager I'm looking for. The original idea was to not have them all cramped in one house like this so that this wasn't an issue, but to have them in smaller houses like that, but 2 villagers a house. That would kind of sort this problem that I'm having. And yeah, that's it for the village. Onward to the nether, I guess. Though there's not much there right now. Yeah, there's not much there. Still gonna show it though. Everybody's favorite part, the ladder. Now this was fun because I thought that this island was connected, but no, this is actually, if I were to mine through right here, this would just be lava. So I had to fire res and make the tunnel. This is the netherite mine. Which if you look at the mini-map, I'll just open the world map. I've done a bit. It's a little difficult over here because you start running into the bits where the lava lake goes down farther. Yeah, I found enough netherite to have a netherite chestplate, pants, sword, and pickaxe. I intend to come down here and mining for more sometime for the next episode or so. I like to do the meat of the episode as something else, and then at the end where I'd pop in and just cut the bits that I find in, or rather pause till I find unpause, and do it that way. It's how I like to do it. Saves a lot of time on the viewer's end. Not so much on my end because it still can be hours of work. Oh yeah, I guess the last thing, the smallest build. The goal wall, I guess. This is taking part in multiple stages. One of the items on that list was my house and the breeder. That's already been taken care of. The next is moving the sugarcane farm out of the way because it is kind of not very aesthetic to look at. So I'm thinking about hiding it over there behind some of those trees. Kind of out of sight type of deal. But yeah, if I get an idea, I just I don't have one right now, but idea here. And that way I can look at it without having to bring out a notepad or something like that. Anyway. Alright, the areas that doesn't really need talked about is the tree farm. I feel like that's self-explanatory. Yeah, over to spawn. It's actually quite the short distance away. This is what I refer to as the spawn village. And I'm thinking that's probably the end of the tour. I really should explore this cave sometime. Yeah, this is where the stuff is going to be. And the lodestone to find it again. So yeah, with that, I've been confined to 68.1. If you are interested in downloading this world, the download will be in the description. If you want to download the previous iteration of the world, i.e. the episode 10 version, it will be... well, you'll have to go back to any episode between episode 10 and episode... well, this video will be the first video containing the new link to this version. So, yeah, with that being said, I've been confined to 68.1, and I will catch you guys in the next episode of the Let's Play. Peace.